Hello, welcome to my channel, Mind Mastery for Wealth. My name is Rose Thompson, and I'm the founder and CEO of Mind Mastery for Wealth, an innovative educational and research company that focuses on an integrated, holistic approach to help human beings create and achieve their life and business goals in the areas of financial, wealth creation, health and well-being, as well as personal growth and empowerment. I have some really exciting information to share with you as it relates to GESARA, specifically the activation of the quantum financial system. This is information that we have waited on for a very long time to hear. I have good information that has stated that several countries have been given the green light for their currencies to be activated in the quantum financial system. I'm going to share with you how the quantum financial system is organized for the various countries and which countries have been given the green light as a go for their currencies. I'll also discuss the key benefits that are directly related to the activation of the quantum financial system. Most, if not all, these key benefits are related to the activation of the quantum financial system. However, I'll discuss in this webinar the financial monetary related key benefits. GESARA involves a global currency reset, which will be facilitated by the revaluation of currency. That is, all countries' currency will be revalued and set at parity, that is, at parity to each other. That is, each country's currency, for example, $1 will be equivalent to 1 sterling. $1 will also be equivalent to 1 euro, as we're currently experiencing. Now, there's something very interesting about the euro, and I'll explain in a little while the importance of the euro. As a matter of fact, the US and the euro currently are the major trading currency. I have from a very good source that on the 20th of October, 2022, the portals for the BRICS country were turned on. That's really exciting news. The BRICS countries are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The quantum financial system has 4 portals. These portals are starting with 1, the USTN portal or the USN portal. USTN for United States Treasury Note or United States Note portal. The countries in this portal are Canada, America, all the countries in South America, and that's just really interesting. And locally for the countries in South America, each country will have its own national sovereign currency and will be at parity to the US currency. For example, in Argentina, their peso will be equivalent to 1 US currency, the Brazilian real, and the same for Chile's peso. So as of this video, and this is October 27th, I'm not sure, and the sources indicated that he is unsure whether the USN portal has since been turned on. And the significance of this is really great because, as he indicated, The minute the USN portal gets turned on, the US dollar will no longer have any value. That just think about the implication of that. The US dollar will, that's a US dollar now as opposed to the US note. The US dollar, which is the Federal Reserve note, will no longer have value. I'd like to highlight that throughout this video, I will indicate that sources suggest, or a key source suggests, and I'm doing this deliberately without stating or identifying the source. This is important because you should review the available information for yourself. And it is also important for you to develop your own critical thinking. Now, I welcome the discussion from anyone who presents good quality information that is not consistent with the information that I'm sharing in this video. Again, the first portal is that of the USTN, US or USN portal, with the countries being Canada, America, and all the countries in South America. The second portal in the quantum financial system is the European portal, and the countries in this portal are Spain, Italy, Portugal, France, Germany, all of the European nations, including Scandinavia. And their currency will go one-to-one, and they will all have their currency at the local level. Now, I want to highlight that these countries currently use the euro, and the minute the USN portal gets turned on, the US dollar will no longer have any value, and the euro will cease to also be traded, because, for example, Spain will go back to its localized currency, which is the peseta, Italy, the lira, France, the franc, and Germany, the Deutschmark. So really interesting is the decoupling or of the euro, the euro of great significance for that region. This is really exciting news for me. This takes me right back to my early experience for my banking career. The third portal is that of the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom will have a sterling token. This third portal includes the United Kingdom, which includes England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. There may be addition to this portal. We'll just have to wait and see. I want to step back a little bit to the second portal, because the BRICS country, just notice that for BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. So Brazil, the portal has been turned on, and Brazil, all South American countries are in the USD and USN portal. However, this is very interesting, is that the USN portal has yet not given the green light, or we're not aware of this. I should also highlight that the currency that is placed in the quantum financial system is gold or asset backed. That is very important. Gold or asset backed. Other assets such as silver, platinum, or other precious metals. And the fourth portal that is in the quantum financial system is comprised of the countries for Asia, Africa, and Australasia. But what is important is that each section, for example, India Pakistan, all the countries in Africa and Australasia, that is Australia, New Zealand, New Guinea, and the neighboring islands in the Pacific Ocean will be plugged into this portal. Key is that they will all have their own local currency. So each section will have its own gold bullion exchange back to back the position that is in that portal of the quantum financial system. The goal or asset that is within this bullion bank will not just only be refined, but it will be serialized and nanotech. And this is important because corrupt governments will no longer be able to take the assets from the quantum financial system, from this portal. And for transparency, this is great because each country will know what each country has in its position. So this is really exciting news. This is information that we've waited on for a very long time. And the key portal that we are now waiting to get the information that it has been turned on is the USN portal, because this is the big portal. Let me share with you now the key benefits, several of the key benefits that are associated with a financial monetary system that will be directly impacted by the activation of the quantum financial system. For persons who are new to my channel, I'm sharing there are 4 key benefits on the slides. I'm going to suggest that you will review my other videos, part 1 to 4, where I present the key benefits in great details in those videos. And for my purpose for creating Mind Mastery, the content that we use and the services that we provide at Mind Mastery for Wealth, I'm going to suggest that you review my introductory video. I'm also suggesting that you review that video where I stated the potential announcement for the implementation of the key benefits, or the implementation of NESARA, GESARA, along with the key benefits. With the activation of the quantum financial system, the green light being go, for key benefit number 1, referred to as a debt jubilee or the forgiveness of debt, where we will experience a canceling or zeroing out of the credit card, mortgages, car loans, which are the other bank loans, and the student loans. Remember that there are some sources which are suggesting that the credit card, mortgages, bank loans, such as car loans and leases, there may be a refund instead of a total canceling out. There may be a refund of the interest, because it is the interest portion of that loan that makes the banking and government activities illegal. But for student loans, the student loans in this scenario will be canceled or zero out. And then the sources are also indicating that the interest portion and principal that have been paid on the student loans will be returned to the borrowers. Other sources are suggesting, because this NESARA has been drafted for a long time, there may be revisions. So I'd like you to bear that in mind. But for some sources, one scenario, the other scenario is indicated, as is stated here, that there will be a canceling out or zeroing out of all credit cards, mortgages, bank loans, such as car loans and car leases, as well as student loans. So great for persons who fall in this category. This is great news for that person. And the direct implication for the quantum financial system is that for key benefits, it initiates, this is the new US Treasury banking system, which is in alignment with constitutional law. So the quantum financial system is such a system. And what that does is eliminate the Federal Reserve System. Again, the Federal Reserve System is not a part of the federal government. It is owned by private bankers. And here, for key benefit is that this is where the new gold-backed or asset-backed currency will be placed into the quantum financial system. Let me also highlight that the information that I'm sharing in this video is for information purposes only. I'm not operating as a financial planner or a tax professional. Therefore, I'm suggesting for any financial or investment decisions that you are considering, that you consult a financial planner and or tax professionals. And for any health-related decision that you're considering, that you consult a medical doctor. That is very key. So these four key benefits are directly impacted by the quantum financial system. The quantum financial system also has direct implications for income tax being abolished, the IRS. And then there is this flat tax on non-essential new items only. It ranges from 14 to 17%. Sources are indicating there is more information is leaning towards a 15%. So let's wait and see how that unfolds. And I'm so excited that with the activation of the quantum financial system, this will enable a significant increase in benefits for senior citizens. So I'm so excited about this activation of the quantum financial system. I'm sure you are too, because we've waited for such a long time to hear this really great news. And I'd just like to share that in terms of the global currency reset, revaluation of currency, specifically for gold-backed currency, HR 9157 was introduced in the House on the 7th of October. And HR 9157, what it does is it defines the dollar as a fixed weight of gold and for other purposes. And this, the dollar being backed by gold, has direct implications for inflation, as we're experiencing now. Prices, significant increase in prices. It has positive implications for the federal debt and the monetary system being stabilized. So it's really great to have the currency being backed by gold or other assets, including precious metals. This bill, HR 9157 bill, actually is referred to in some quarters as the Gold Standard Restoration Act. As a matter of fact, it's really not the standard. It is the currency is indeed being backed by gold, not the standard that existed in the US up to 1971. And just a little bit more detail to share with you that this bill was first introduced in the House on March 22nd, 2018 as HR Bill 5404 to define the dollar as a fixed rate of gold. For this current bill, it has been expanded to include and for other purposes. So great news, exciting days are ahead. There is every indication that we are very, very close to, I'm thinking, the formal announcement of NESARA, GESARA. In my previous video, I had thought that it would have taken place in September. However, although it hasn't, and there's a distinction between the announcement and the implementation of the key benefits. The persons who have designed and are executing the strategy is with such great brilliance, because although the announcement has not been made, a formal announcement for NESARA, GESARA, there's every indication that the key benefits are being implemented, especially on the GESARA side. Again, remember at the beginning I shared that the key source indicated that the portals of the BRICS country were turned on October 20th, and we knew earlier that the ruble for Russia had been backed by gold. We also saw where Zimbabwe implemented a gold coin, and for Venezuela, I think it was October 1st or September 30th, the approximately 6 zeros was dropped from their currency. And we are aware that on September 24th, 23rd, 24th, major currency collapse against the US, the sterling collapse against the US. So great indication, good indication that the key benefits are indeed being implemented, and there's every indication that the formal announcement for NESARA, GESARA, is very close. These are truly exciting times. I believe we are very close to the full activation of the other portals in the quantum financial system. I believe we're all so very close to the announcement of NESARA, GESARA. What a time, what a period, what a timeline that we are observing. I have placed in the description below this video the contact details that we can be reached with any questions you may have about this and or other videos. I've also placed in the description below the video, the website address of my Mastery for Wealth. I'm encouraging you to visit that website. It has great resources, especially to help you to change your thinking and belief systems in terms of limitation to thought patterns and beliefs in terms of possibilities and abundance. I'm going to encourage you to share this video with any persons that you believe the content will add value to their lives. I'm also going to ask you to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already, and to like this video. I understand it will allow the algorithm to share the video with more persons. I look forward to your support post the announcement of NESARA, GESARA, for my courses that I have created, my programs that I've also designed, and the webinars that I will have. If anyone would like to get a head start, please reach out to me by using the contact details that is in the description below the video. Again, I thank you for visiting my channel, and I look forward to serving you.